Did you know that there's a super easy off-road trail in the Mojave Desert with phenomenal cell phone service? Yes, that's right. Welcome to the Rodman Wilderness High Point. It's in the Mojave Desert, and again, it's an easy, super easy beginner's off-road trail. Super easy. Anybody can do it. Maybe even two-wheel drive vehicles. But definitely any all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive car. So it's a perfect starting point for beginners, or if you just want to test out your new all-wheel drive car without getting into anything too serious. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the Rodman Wilderness High Point. This is the trail that we're going to be going down today, and it starts right here. Just bang a right at that orange cone in the middle of the road, the fork in the road, and start heading up the mountain here. I believe it's called Rodman Mountain. And as stated, if you look up on the top of the mountain, there's a bunch of cell phone towers essentially up there. And it explains why it's called the High Point, because it is literally the highest mountain in this area. Now, if you want to know where the trail starts, just look in the description. The starting point is there, and the end point is there. Very easy. So this is a beginner's trail, super duper easy. Anybody can do it. And it's essentially a somewhat maintained dirt road that is traveled mostly by the individuals that maintain the cellular antennas that are on top of the mountain, which you'll see later in this video as we go up the trail. And I would say it might be graded every year, maybe scraped or brushed with some sort of equipment maybe once a year. So it's essentially a dirt road, but a little bit more than that, and the elevation is increased a lot because obviously it's the high point, the highest point in the area. So it'll give people new to off-roading an idea of going up in elevation, whether or not you have low gear and four-wheel drive, or you don't have low gear, such as an all-wheel drive. The road is, gravelly, a little bit loose, but just a notch above a basic dirt road. But there are some loose spots. But again, super duper easy. But you will get that experience in going up in elevation. In addition, you will see as we get further along here, further up the mountain, you'll get a taste of what it's like to experience a shelf road. That is a road with a drop-off to one side or the other, or both. And you'll also get a taste of switchbacks, which is essentially a tight hairpin turn. So I think these, I don't know, what's that, 3 or 4 points or features, shall we say, are really good for beginners, because it's in the desert and it's in nature, so it's beautiful. It's in the Mojave Desert, so it's it's hot, so it's a little bit adventurous, but it's not too crazy because you are literally headed towards the best possible GPS and cellular reception that you could possibly hope for in the Mojave Desert. So very safe. relative to anything else in the off-roading world. And then again, you're going to get taste of elevation, what it's like to go up past a certain amount of degrees, shelf road experience, and switchback experience. You'll also get experience in the temperature changes. So when you start at the bottom, it might be 60 degrees, and by the time we get to the top, it's going to be close to freezing. The temperature did drop about 30 degrees at the base of the trail or the mountain. The starting point, it was about 60 degrees out. And as we kept going up and we reached the top, it was close to freezing, so 30 some degrees. The vehicle, for reference here, is a 2021 Lexus Gx460. But any all-wheel drive vehicle or four-wheel drive vehicle can get up this road. In most two-wheel drive vehicles wouldn't have a problem at all. There might be some sketchy spots for a two-wheel drive vehicle, but again, it's not so much the condition of the road, which is the challenge here for beginners, but more the surroundings. So as you see to your left, that may or may not be intimidating to you, that drop off. This is what we call the shelf road. So that drop off to the driver's side is a lot. And so that, depending on your comfort level and experience level, that may be very intimidating or scary. And so again, it's great to for beginners to try it out and get accustomed to that all familiar drop off of a shelf road, which is obviously common in the world of off-roading. And it gets up high here. So again, it's not the road condition, it's the psychology of the surroundings, which will be great for the beginner. And you can look at your GPS or your cell phone, and you'll get reception, and you'll be able to see yourself on the map if you use Google Maps or whatever. So you don't have to worry about getting lost or anything like that. Now there's, down on the ground here, we could see one of the many cell towers and antenna towers. And there's power lines, obviously, that go up there. And it is manned by workers every once in a while. I didn't see any up here, and it is cold, but look at those views. If you can see off into the distance, you are up in the mountains, and it's beautiful. So you get a reward for if you're a beginner, which is a breathtaking view in solitude, and it just kind of ends up here. You'll see a loop. You know, you wouldn't want to go into any of those antenna stations. Then you just turn around and head back down. Look at that view off to the right. Now, of course, it's sped up, but it gives you another view of the surface of the road and the views. So here we're going back down the mountain the same way we came. And you say goodbye to the cell phone towers, which are perched upon the Rodman High Point. And I see why they call it the High Point. You'll see when you try it out. So again, a very, very easy road that anybody can do. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe.